Alrighty, Utah fans and college football fans in general. If you guys have been watching any of the bowl games over the last week, and if you're a super avid fan and have been watching the whole bowl season, you've got to say without any hesitation that Rose Bowl was by far the most exciting and entertaining game to watch of all the bowls so far. Now, I'm hoping that the upcoming national championship game will be a good game and fun to watch, but time will tell. A lot of time that game disappoints, but the Utes, while they fell a little short, they lost 48-45 to an extremely talented Ohio State team who played a great game. It was still a heck of a game, and as just a college football fan in general, I enjoyed it. I'll talk a little bit about some of the details and some of my thoughts on the game right after this. Bam!
And they'll run it, Jordan! Ty Jordan! See you later! Touchdown, Utah!
4 seconds, 3 seconds. Back to Van Dyke, deep three up. And good! It's good!
They just need this to finish their best beam rotation of the year. And look at Ford, says get on your feet.
Alrighty, Utah fans, we are back, and on this episode, the focus will be all about the Rose Bowl and Utah's heartbreaking loss to Ohio State. Now, before I go into any of the details or anything, I do want to give a ton of credit to a very, very talented Ohio State football team. You know, most of their talent is typically, most of their players, I should say, come out that they get are 4- and 5-star players coming out of high school. Our staff, while we do get 4-star players and once in a blue moon, if that often, a 5-star player. But our staff is known for getting under the radar type of guys like Britton Covey and Devin Lloyd, 2 of our team captains, who are both rated 2 stars coming out of high school. And I think that you can see what an impact Covey had on the game. And while Devin didn't have a huge game statistically, I've heard from some Ohio State people that they did a lot to scheme against him to try to take him out of the game, and they did a pretty good job, I think. So, I've watched a few Ohio State games before the Rose Bowl, and I was always impressed with C.J. Stroud. I think he's an incredibly accurate quarterback. If you need any more proof that he's accurate, go back and watch either the full game or a lot of the passes that he made. He made a couple of touchdown passes and other passes, but boy, there's a couple in particular that were just some of those cases the receiver was covered decently, but there was just nobody that was going to have a chance at catching that ball other than the receiver because of how he just dropped it in there on a dime. I mean, he's an amazing QB. I think he's a smart QB. He makes the right reads, and it's sad that in some cases, because I think he's physically ready for the NFL, but for health and safety reasons, there's the rule where kids coming out of high school have to be out of high school for 3 years before they can join the NFL. But man, I think he's ready now. And also, hats off to Jackson Smith and Jigba. What a game that young man had. He made a lot of plays. Strong guy, runs great routes, and very, very talented receiver. And man, wish we had him on Utah's team. We could use a receiver like that. But, so not making any excuses for Utah's loss. there were certainly some things that happened that if they had gone the other way, if a couple mistakes that we made, that if we hadn't made them, maybe if Cam Rising doesn't get injured, a couple other things like that. I think there was 4 things that were really game-changing kind of things. Karenni Reed had a interception right in his hands and dropped it. Of course, our punter, one of our punters, Matt Williams, fumbled very deep in our own territory, and it gave Ohio State an easy touchdown. So there were some things like that had those things gone the other way, we probably end up winning. But, it is what it is. Those kind of things happen in football games. Every team makes mistakes. It's rare that you have a quote-unquote perfect game. So hats off to Utah. I'm always going to give them credit. I think they played a great game. Our defense didn't play nearly as well as they have had, and part of that's credit to Ohio State. I think they had a good scheme, and I think their offensive line was really well prepared and really stepped up and did a fantastic job. I think part of it is we might have I don't know if we got worn down or if we're human, so sometimes we aren't always playing at our best, and so that might have been a part of it as well. But for whatever the reason, our defensive line didn't play their best, which really hurt because we couldn't get pressure on Stroud, and he's not quite as accurate. By a long shot, he's not nearly as accurate when he's under duress, but hardly any, I don't know of any quarterback that is. And additionally, we did have some fair number of injuries in our cornerback squad that kind of hindered our ability to cover some of Ohio State's very talented wide receivers. So, and Ohio State's got another good one, replacing Garrett Wilson and Chris Olave in Marvin Harrison. Of course, his dad, I believe, is a Hall of Famer from the NFL. But he's going to be a very good receiver too. Another one I wish we had, but at any rate, great game for Ohio State. Great game for college football fans to watch. Like I said, disappointing and heartbreaking for Utah. But there's lots to like. Utah's got a good outlook. I mean, the fact that we won the Pac-12 championship. We played a very, very talented Ohio State team and almost beat them. And we've got a lot of our young talent coming back. So there's a lot to be excited about if you're a Utah fan. A lot of young talent coming back, and there's a lot of talent that we've already signed for positions of need in this year's recruiting class in the early signing period. So I'm going to detail those kind of things in a video a week or 2 or 3 from now or whatever, sometime down the road. In a little over a month from now, it's the late signing period on a Wednesday, and we'll cover that once that's come and gone. And from here on out, we're going to be covering Utah basketball. I haven't done much with them. I've had an episode with Parker Van Dyke. You can check that out. But Utah, I believe, is currently 8-5, and just lost. It might be 8-6. I think we're 8-6 actually. Just lost 2 games on our Oregon road swing, and so that was disappointing. I was hoping to win at least one of those, and thought we should have won at least one of those. We're still missing our center, our backup center, Dusan Mahorcic. And so, we're a work in progress. It's a new coach, Craig Smith's in his first year. And then I'll also be covering some gymnastics. Utah's got a fantastic team with a ton of potential this year. I wouldn't be surprised if we won the national championship, but there's a couple of other extremely talented teams around the country. And so it won't be a walk in the park. But there is a definite possibility. We finished 3rd last year, and we're more talented this year with a couple of Olympians on our team. One from the U.S. Olympic team, and then one from Great Britain's Olympic team, who I think had the silver medal. maybe the bronze, I can't remember. But did we get the silver? I can't remember. But at any rate, couple of Olympians on our team, in addition to some very other talented gymnasts. So that should be a fun season to watch and follow. And for now, this is kind of a quicker video than normal. You're probably, a lot of you are thanking me for that. But I'd say if you're a Utah fan, keep your head up. Don't be too disappointed. A loss is always disappointing, but we lost to a very, very, very good team, and our guys played hard. They played well for the most part, and we've got a lot to be excited about and look forward to for next year in the 2022 season, starting off in Gainesville, Florida, against the Florida Gators. So all I got to say is spring ball will be here in a few months. Recruiting period ends in February, so there's still those things to be excited about, and we'll have coverage of all of that. So please hit the like button down there and subscribe. If you want Utah content, I'm going to be bringing it to you. I wanted to do some guest interviews for the bowl game. I have a couple friends who played on the football team back when I was going to school there, and I never got around to it. I had a few little things come up that kind of got in the way of that. Some family stuff that happened that kind of took my attention away a little bit, and so my hope and plan is to have both of them on separate episodes where we can just talk to them about, how the team did last season, and what they're hoping for coming up, and just also delve into them a little bit and see what they're doing now after their playing career ended at Utah. So there you have it, and hope you guys had a great holiday season. Hope you have a super fantastic Happy New Year and a great 2022. And all I can say is, go Utes! Bam, baby, let's go!